So what are the red flags that I think it is so important for you to immediately when you see it, to hit the brake and to reevaluate? I think one of the biggest red flags when it has to do with the religion, and I want to break this down to many points. Red flags related to religion. Number one, when someone who is basically I'm not talking about somebody who's not from your same religion. That's a different conversation. I'm talking about someone who's Muslim like you, but someone with the aqidah or a belief that is against what you believe in. Like you marry someone, okay, who is not in your belief. Faisal, a sister that I know, she married a guy even though she knew that this person is Shia, from the Shia. But she's Sunni. She's a convert to Islam. She converted to be a Muslim Sunni. She said, I was in a situation, I need money, I need to pay my rent. I couldn't find anyone except this neighbor of mine who was nice enough to pay my rent several times. And the fourth time he said, that will be your mahar. Consider it all the previous payments. I agree. I told him, but you're Shia, I'm Sunni. He said, no. She said, I know the red flag, but I didn't listen to it. I didn't pay. He's like secular. He's thus in America, lived most of his life in America. He's from overseas. He doesn't care about Shiism. He said, I don't care about Shiism. After the first kid going back to his country, guess what? Mom and dad starting saying to our kids, Ya Ali, Ya Hussein, all these kind of Shia things start embedded to our kid. So many people marry a Christian woman or someone who was like Christian, and all of a sudden, after a while, you never go to church. But now, since you are going to the masjid, I want to take my kids to the church. So things change after a while. And that became something she has to deal with and get divorced and have a kid when she was young age. Divorce, she couldn't take it anymore because she see things that is kufr, shirk, and bid'ah that she cannot take. Another person told me about his story. His wife, she was prescribed to some extreme Sufi groups. And he's not this kind of person. So when you see someone like that, it actually causes a lot of damage in the relationships later. Someone who follows certain shuyukh and aqidah and believes and some kind of, that's a red flag. And that's a big red flag. Because your spouse will impact it. Al-Imam 𝐷 الصنعاني rahimahullah, he's the sheikh of Imam Ahmed. When he went to Yemen, the Yemeni people want to hold him in Yemen. He's not from Yemen. But the people of Sana'a want to hold him in Yemen. So what they did, they married him a woman from Sana'a, from Yemen. But she was a Shia. He asked his sheikh said, don't marry her. He's a student of knowledge. He thinks that he's Sunni and stuff like that. He married her. Guess what? When you read the biography of Abdul Razzaq today, they said, وَكَانَ فِيهِ تَشَيُّعٌ. He was influenced by Shiism. Rahimahullah. She influenced him. So one of the red flags that I consider big red flags when it comes to the religion, when you see someone who is very different. Also, not necessarily that believe or prescribe to a certain sect or group, also groups. Like for example, I dealt with a case when someone married a sister and she ended up like a pro-ISIS. And she told him, my mar is to go live in Syria. Guess where he's living right now? He's doing 18 years in jail. So, exactly, there he's living right now. But you know what? That's a red flag. Someone like, hey, I prescribe to this sect. I was like, I'm like one of these, somebody like prescribed to some like ideologies or something that is not from the Sunnah, not from the Quran and Sunnah. That's also something that a big red flag. Another one, somebody who do not prescribe to anything, but have no respect for the religion. Anyone who have no respect, even if this person not, because I don't expect everybody listening to my talk has to be a religious person. My talk is very general. Even if you're not a religious person, even if that person, he or she not religious, but they have respect for their religion. But don't ever be married to someone who have no respect for religion. Because in the end of the day, we as Muslims, religion play a role in our life. You don't want to be married, if it's today or later. How much you committed to the religion is another question. But I think more important to me that you make sure you don't ever marry someone who have no respect for the religion. So if you see praying or fasting, he makes fun of you, or have no respect for allowed you to spend money or time in learning your religion. Have no respect for your teachers, for the Quran that you learn. Someone like that you don't want to have as a husband or a wife. Somebody respect religion, value religion. So anyone who should disrespect the religion is something for me to consider a big red flag to be, you know what, hold on. Yes, people might change later on when it comes to how much they committed to the religion. I don't know much, I learned about all of us grow religiously. We married or we're not very practicing Muslims, and now we grow together. That's understandable. But someone who have no respect for the religion at all, consider this a backward stuff, that's a red flag.